one of the comparisons I had to this dude, like his floor would be like a guy like Dalvin Tomlinson. Like I think he can be that good. His obviously like ceiling, which is highly unlikely, but I put Fletcher Cox. Like
wow,
yeah,
that's reaching. Here's my thing. The number one thing for him is he can't pass rush for shit. Mm-hmm. How you don't have him at number one when it's a pass rushing is the number one thing everyone's looking for these days.
I mean, yeah, that's what you would want, but I don't think none of these guys can do it. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Max and Juan cast. I'm right here with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Max. You already know. At this point, we don't even have to introduce ourselves. I feel like it's like, come on, you already know.
It's the daily thing, bro. We're coming back with our popular series, our draft series, where we go over our top 5 prospects for the upcoming 2021 NFL draft. We're back in the dungeon. We're back in business. We got the mic going. We got the laptops. We got the lights. We got the whole deal, bro.
Yo, technology's been good lately, bro. What can I say? It's so nice not to worry about the stupid shit.
And people have been loving it, bro. We've been getting some positive feedback. We've been getting some black, like kind of like pushback because of our prospects. Not everyone agrees with us,
bro. No one's ever going to agree with you. It's like it's like when we put out our first mock drafts, and I'm sure people are going to be like, "Oh, that would never happen." But it's like that's what we think. You know, everyone's got their own opinion.
And if you guys didn't hear, I said this in the QB prospect video, but me and Max are not professional scouts by any sort of the imagination. All right, not at all. We're gonna be wrong about prospects. Am I right? We've been wrong plenty of
once
times.
Or twice. Yeah. Now I'm bullshitting, but we've always been like, let's go over a couple we missed. This isn't even like rehearsed. I was big on Deion Jordan. I'm not afraid to admit it.
I was big on Black Ice.
Bro.
I was big on him.
Like, it was a quarterback I was big on that was terrible. I really like Matt Leinart, but like I know I was like 12, so does that count? One had some Jamarcus Russell stock back in the day.
No. But it just comes back to, bro, we're going to be wrong. We're not saying that our opinion is the number one valid right answer. There is no right answer. These guys are prospects. It's the unknown, especially from the character wise. You know, like we're not interviewing these guys. That's a big part of this process.
I think that's the hardest part of any evaluation because, like we just talked about a guy like Deion Jordan, it was like, well, there was a lot of traits, but like who could have thought it's getting suspended?
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, you're wrong because the guy got suspended. Or Josh Gordon, it's like, hey, I was right. He's good. Yeah. It's not my fault. He has a substance abuse problem. It's not my fault. I don't know that.
Yeah. But today, guys, we're going to be continuing defense. I think the last video we put out was edge rushers. Now we're going to be getting into the big boys inside, okay? We're going to be doing defensive tackles.
Overall, this class was good. Not great to me. I guess over the last couple of years, we've seen guys like Aaron Donald. We've seen Fletcher Cox of the world. Even J.J. Watt going inside. And everyone wants that next inside guy.
Yeah.
And let's just start with our thoughts about this class as a whole to start with. What did you think?
It's a very high floor.
That's a good way to put it. I hadn't thought of that.
It's high floor. That's the way I want to put it. It's high floor. None of these guys are elite as far as even like a Fletcher Cox coming out. Like I thought he was really good. A guy like from the Jets.
Sheldon Richardson?
No, the sneeze guy. The bless you.
Quinn Williams?
Quinn Williams.
Listen, thank you that I got here. So
excuse me, I went blank on his name, but like Quinn Williams, like he was.
Oh my god,
he came out. He was elite. Like he was slam dunk,
top 3 pick,
and he was known to be one of the blue chippers. Like there's no blue chippers in the defensive tackle class this year.
I think it's a deep class, but it's not. There's not the marquee guy at the top, like Juan said. We just said it. I saw 5 good players just in the top 5. They're all good. There's no one I'm like really scared to take. maybe one of the guys I'm scared to take.
So, when you watch defensive tackles, what do you value?
I value strength, pass rush, because this is the name of the game in the NFL today. It's not really about, hey, we need a Damon Harrison. Like, that's important in some schemes, but it's not the end all be all. Like, everyone wants a guy who's going to push the pocket, who's going to be able to collapse it.
And that's very rare.
Yeah,
it's very rare to find the guy that can do both.
Exactly. That's the thing. And that's what I look for. I look for strength. And I don't want to see my D-tackle getting bullied out there. Like, D-tackle's got to be the biggest, strongest guy on the team. Very seldom is it where, like, Aaron Donald's the strongest guy in the Rams. Fletcher Cox the strongest guy in the Eagles. You want these guys to be the point of the attack. You don't want them to get bullied. And if they get bullied, it's like you're going to have a bad run defense. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
What about you?
I look for similar traits. I look for, of course, like you said, strength. You know what I mean? His point of attack. How aggressive is he? Is he a guy that's so aggressive where he doesn't know where the ball is? You know what I mean? He's just ripping through guys and going through the line.
Yeah, he's in the backfield, but it's a speed sweep, and it's like you just took yourself out of the play.
Exactly. Can he disengage blocks? Is he a two gap? Can he play zero technique? Can he play three technique? That all comes into consideration. I would go with you with saying I would want realistically my defensive tackle, depending on what type of scheme, to do multiple things. I want him to rush the passer, and I want him to be able to stop the run. Unfortunately, in this class, I don't think there's anyone like that. There's maybe some potential there that they can be like that, but I think most of these guys, they're really good at one thing. Like, you can plug them into the NFL today. They're going to be pro ready. They're going to do just fine. But strong legs, you know what I mean? If their anchor is really good, it's kind of like an offensive lineman.
This is the most important position where strength matters. You're not going to find a lot of guys where they're all finesse because you're going to get pushed out the way. And I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record here. I'm going to add one more thing to it. I thought there was a lot of guys that was like, it was like a good piece of a guy. It's not the whole, there's no one who's the whole package.
Yeah.
And that's what we already touched on it, but let's go over the list. I'm going to give you mine and then you'll give me your list. We'll go through 1 through 5. I got Christian Barmore from Alabama at 1, Levi Onwuzurike from Washington, Davion Nixon from Iowa at 3, Tyler Selvin at 4, Milton Williams at 5.
Wow.
From Louisiana Tech.
Yeah. Different. I think ours is really different.
Okay.
Number 1, Aleem McNeil from NC State. Number 1.
Wow.
Number 2, I have Christian Barmore from Bama. 3, I got Jay Tufili out of USC.
Okay.
I'm always butchering USC guys. I feel bad.
They've got hard names, though. They got hard names.
4, Tyler Shelvin from LSU, the big boy.
Okay.
And number 5, I have Marvin Wilson from Florida State.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the only one we got the same as 4.
Yes. That's it. So we got some major differences. So I'm interested. I did watch a lot of the guys on your list. I'm pretty sure you watched the guys on mine.
Those guys were in some of my honorable mentions. I'll say that.
So let's go over my number 1 then. You want to start off with mine?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. McNeil, NC State, 6'2", 320 pounds. His pros. This guy's a true nose tackle. Okay. 2 gap, not a 3-tech guy. Like, when you're talking about versatility, I don't think he's going to be able to 3-tech. And that's fine. And like I said, this class is a high floor. So if he can do one thing very good, I'm going to live with it. Like, if that's the name of the class, that's what it's going to have to be. I'm not looking for a guy that's going to be average at both spots, but he can play 2 gap and he can play the 3 technique. Like, that's not going to matter to me. I want to see someone who at least does one thing very good. And this guy can play the 0 tech very good. He's a nose tackle. He's going to line up right over the center.
Do you worry about his frame for a nose tackle? There's not a lot of 320-pound nose tackles walking around. Like, you think a nose tackle 340, 350.
Well, just going on the cons and you saying that, I think this guy's strong as hell. And the tape doesn't lie. He doesn't get moved around much. He's very hard to move. His block shed, great. He disengages blockers, excuse me. He can move for his size. Even though he can't play 3 technique, it's not like this guy's a fat slob. Like, he can move. You know what I mean? Like, he can move in space. He has quickness. He's an edge rusher's dream because this guy is going to demand double teams in the inside a lot. And that's what you necessarily want from your D tackle because that's where his value is going to come from most of the time.
What did you think about the way he fought through double teams?
I think it was good enough. Like he was to the point where he's not gonna just be in the play and just stand there like, oh, I'm double teamed, the play's over. Like, he's gonna fight his way through.
Okay, that was my big question. Look, I'm gonna hit you with some cons. I didn't think he could pass rush for anything.
No, yeah, one of my cons.
Okay, and then he's like a 2-down player at times for me. And I get you're a nose tackle. It's valuable in the NFL, but it's like 10 years ago, nose tackle a lot more valuable than it is now.
Your cons kind of fit mine. Like you said, he can't rush for shit as far as on passing downs. Like, he can come off the field on 3rd down. And he can be a little finesse at times. So I can understand the question that you brought up right away. Like, when he gets double teamed, like, what do you see? And I do. Like, I can see it. Like, he kind of plays a little bit finesse at times. But one of the comparisons I had to this dude, like, his floor would be like a guy like Dalvin Tomlinson. Like, I think he can be that good. His obviously, like, ceiling, which is highly unlikely, but I put Fletcher Cox. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
That's reaching. Here's my thing. The number one thing for him is he can't pass rush for shit. Mm-hmm. How you don't have him at number one when it's a pass rushing is the number one thing everyone's looking for these days.
I mean, yeah, that's what you would want, but I don't think none of these guys can do it as far as both of them. Like, they can't be stout against the run and be a guy on pass rushing downs. I don't think any of these guys can do it. That's why I said in the beginning, like, if one of these guys can do one thing very good, I'm going to take that. Like, the prototypical nose tackles are still valuable in the NFL. Are they a dying breed, kind of? Yeah, to the point.
Well, why not Tyler Shelvin over this guy then? Because Tyler Shelvin is just as much a nose tackle.
It's the athleticism. Like, I think.
So this guy, you're gonna bet on his athleticism over Tyler Shelvin.
Yeah, like, he can. Like I said, the ceiling. He's probably the best ceiling wise guy. Because I said, like, the comparison, like, his high comp is Fletcher Cox. Like, I really can't see that of him being that. Is he going to be, like, is it likely? No, it's highly unlikely. That's why I put Dalvin Tomlinson for a guy like him for his floor. But he is very good as far as, like, his get off. Like, his get off is crazy to me. Like, he's twitchy.
Okay. I think you're leaning on this side of just seeing the glass half full. I didn't see the best defense tackle in the class. I see the run stopping, I see the quick first step. I just didn't see enough. To me, it's boom or bust with this guy.
Yeah.
Not so much bust, but I don't see the boom as much because I don't think he's going to be a bad football player. I'll go with that.
Another thing about him, just to show you his athleticism, I found out this guy played linebacker and running back in high school. He's an athletic.
I didn't see that.
He's an athletic human being. Like, he's not like I said, like a fat slob. Like, some of these dudes are just, belly hanging out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, they're two tackles. They're allowed to have a little belly.
Yeah, but I'm saying, from like an Albert Hainsworth.
Oh man,
late in his career.
Who's the guy for Seattle? Like last couple, like Al Woods.
Yeah,
belly hanging out. I hear what you're saying about him, but to me, Barmore's the number one D tackle. He's the safest pick. He's 6'5", 310. He's not gonna play nose tackle. He's not really a 3-4 end. He's more of a 4-3 tackle. I think he's tailor-made for that. Good athlete, not special. He never really gets destroyed, was one of my pros about him, but there's times he's inconsistent. Good first step, good hand usage, very good, but you can attribute that to the Alabama coaching in him.
Yeah, their system.
Exactly.
That's part of it.
And the cons I had, he's not elite in anything. He's not an amazing pass rusher, not amazing against the run. He's good on both, not special. There's going to be times where he gets double teamed. He's going to get moved. He doesn't have the best anchor. It's not like Quinn Williams coming out.
Yeah.
And that's my player comp. It's poor man's Quinn Williams.
Really?
It's like if you took Quinn Williams and like cut him, gave him like 60%, and that's Christian Barmore. It's just, it's not elite. I don't know how to say anything.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's
it's
what I
not
have.
bad, but it's not elite. And I don't understand. To me, I wouldn't touch any of these guys before like the 25th pick in the first round. There's no Ed Oliver. Like if Ed Oliver's in this class, it's special traits. Like I don't even think anyone had special traits really.
No.
Maybe like a special tool, like a quick first step, but nobody had the strength, the whole package.
No one was the whole package. You took the words out of my mouth. Like, where's the ceiling for him? And like you said, maybe Quentin Williams, but I don't really see it.
No, it never will be what Quentin Williams could be.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, the ceiling with this guy, it's not high.
But you're not going to get a bad football player. That's what I'm saying. I'll say. I think if you get him, be like an 8-year starter for you. He'll have flashes, maybe an occasional great game. Because there's times when you watch the film, he can't be blocked. But there's times where it's like, oh my God, he's getting blocked. It's not like Quentin Williams where it's the whole year can't be blocked.
Yeah, one of the things I put, no eye-popping film. Like, nothing popped out to me. He did his job. He was solid. Just like you said. I felt like he lacked a little bit of aggression to me. I feel like he needs a little bit more nastiness. I feel like he's too cool out there at times. But it's just he doesn't dominate as much as you would think. I mean, this guy is 6'5", 310 pounds. Like, he's big. And he plays for Bama. He has guys around him. Like, you would think he'll, have a little bit more eye-popping film. But doesn't mean he's a bad player, like you said.
No, he's not.
I had him at 2.
Okay.
So that just goes to show you what I feel about him. But he's solid. Mine was Sheldon Rankins.
Oh, for a player comp?
Yes.
That's a good one. So what made McNeil one over him?
It was...
Just the potential?
It was the
quick
potential.
First step and the play strength?
Yeah, that, and I think when you throw him into a zero tech, I think he's going to be like...
Well, I don't think Barmore can play. He doesn't have the play strength to play zero tech.
I think McNeil can.
Okay.
Like, by far. Like, he's
and he
strong
can play
as hell.
3-4 end at times. You're going with 2.
I think
What's his natural position you're going to go
Zero.
with? Zero tech?
Yeah.
I think he's more of a 3-4 end.
I don't think so. He can grow into that because of his athleticism. I think he has a lot of work to do. But as far as right now, rookie, you plug him in, he's going to be a very good zero tech guy. And he has some athleticism to him. So that's where I can see the pass rushing improving. It's going to matter where these guys go, like always. Coaching, scheme, all of that plays into account. But Barmore is going to be solid. And I just feel like McNeil's going to have a higher ceiling as far as him. Yeah, Barmore's not bad. Like, if you having him at 1 is not that surprising.
No, I just thought it was the safest pick.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys aren't special enough to risk it. Like, there's no one I'd risk it for the biscuit on.
Exactly.
But, like, I'll go to number 2 because you have Barmore. We already touched on him. Levi Onwuzurike from Washington, 6'3", 290. Pros, good technique. He has a good pad level when he plays for someone who's 6'3".
Yeah, he does.
I think he's pretty good strength for what his weight is. Quick ass first step. Very quick. He's disruptive. He's not going to get a lot of sacks. I think even in the NFL, he's not going to be a sack like maestro or whatever. He's just going to be a guy who, like, F's plays up.
Yeah.
One thing I saw is, like, sometimes he'll hold up the D lineman and say, like, the O lineman. Say you're the O lineman. Like, he's looking at the play. He's, like, looking, and he's like, get the hell out of my way. I'm going to go get him right now. The cons I had for this guy. Small frame, 290. You're a little light in the ass to play D tackle.
That's tough, my guy.
4-3 player. He's not playing 3-4.
No.
What's he going to play end? It's just... He's not really the type of guy. Like, if he gets double teamed, this is another big one. He gets knocked around.
Yeah.
He's going to be moved. I'm a little scared of him in the run game. Like, when he's one-on-one, I trust it. But if 2 guys get their hands on him, I'm like, I'm scared. Needs more moves. He's raw.
Yeah.
Player comp I was Jerry Tillery. Because
Okay.
I thought he just, like, Jerry Tillery came out. I know he was bigger, 6'6". But to me, Jerry Tillery, like, struggles with strength.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of saw in this guy. He's good. He's going to be a good player. I'm not doubting that. It's just, I didn't see special. I saw, like, a glimpse of special here and there. But
I was trying so hard to see special on these guys.
Because you don't even have him on your list.
I don't. And I think he's just too light. I think he's just way too light for me. And I didn't see the strength on film. I didn't feel like he had enough strength. Would you say that he's a tweener?
I was going to say, because that was my next point I was going to bring up. I think he's a tweener, but he can't play edge. He's not. Maybe for a possession or two, you need like a big edge to set. Like, if he's an edge, he's going to be a monster in the run game. He's going to shut down the edge all the time. But he's not going to win with speed on the edge ever.
Yeah.
And doesn't have the power to, like, he's not going to forklift a guy like Mekhi Becton or Ryan Ramczyk. That's tough. So that's what I'm a little scared of.
Yeah. No, I didn't really see it, man. Like I said, bad technique.
He's raw. He's raw.
He's raw. He's light. He's a tweener. I'm notorious for not liking tweeners. I just really don't. I don't like guys who can't do at least one thing well. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's decide what you are first. Like, to me, he's a big project.
And I'm going to bring this up. Aaron Donald, he's listed at 285, and he's 6 feet tall.
Rare, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're really going to compare this guy to Aaron Donald?
Everyone's going to try to find the next Aaron Donald, and it's just not going to happen.
And Aaron Donald's tape was amazing coming out. Like, he dominated.
Yeah.
And, maybe I'd have a little more faith in him if he went to the combine and put on a show, or like, 40 reps of the 225 as 4.6, 4.7. But without that information, I'm scared.
And what Aaron Donald does, typically, people don't ask that from their D tackles.
No, and I would say one of the problems with Aaron Donald still is if he gets double teamed in the run game, he'll get moved occasionally.
Yeah.
And that's not a slight.
Yeah.
But there's a guy in the Rams, Joseph Day. I can't think of his name right now.
Joseph Day.
There's a nose tackle.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. But like monster, like 350, like immovable object. If you have one of those guys next to Aaron Donald, if you have a guy like that next to this guy, I'm good for it.
Look, there's still good value in these big motherfuckers who can't be moved in the middle. A lot of people are not going to value them. I fucking value them. I think they're very, like, to have a guy like Brandon Williams, you know what I mean?
From Baltimore, Michael Pierce, he opted out last year. He would have helped the hell out of Minnesota's run defense.
Or the all-time one, like Damon Harrison, Snacks. Like
Vince Wilfork, man. Like, he's the guy who kind of started the trend of, like, let's go get a big guy in the middle who can't be moved. And the guy I was thinking of was Sebastian Joseph Day. I get bothered when I can't remember shit. I looked it up real quick.
Yeah. But to me, you got to be good at either one. Like, okay, you D tackle, you're not that big, but you know what? You can play 3 technique, you're athletic, you got some moves. Okay, let's work with it. Are you just a big ass motherfucker that can play 0? You just a big ass human being?
Eat up blocks.
You're gonna take up space? Okay, that's fine. To me, he wasn't that either. But you see the potential. I feel it. I'm gonna move on to my number 3, Jay Tufele from USC. Hashtag fight on, all my USC fans out there. 6'3", 305. Now, he's only a couple pounds more than your guy that you had at 3. But
it's different, man.
He's different.
I saw just the body looks different. Like, this guy looks like an edge. Like, the guy I'm talking about, Ozunrike, he looked like an edge rusher. He was like all skinny, lean. I'm like a little more meat on the bone for my D tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this guy's Polynesian. Like, these dudes are freaking. They're cut different.
They build different.
Yeah, they build different, bro. So the pros for him, he can move very good. Like, for a big dude, he is so fluid. Nothing looks unnatural to him as far as movement wise. Like, everything is, he's not stiff. The best way I could put it, he's fluid in all of his movements. 2, he's strong as hell. Like, this guy is fucking strong. He came in as a freshman. It was an all-American. And then his second season that he played, he was an all Pac-12 player. Like, this guy has some pedigree to him. Came in out the gates as a freshman and played very good. Has great twitchiness to him. Like, I think his get off is really good. High motor. You know how these Polynesians are.
Oh, yeah.
They're high motor. They're aggressive. They're going to fight. Like, this dude is sideline to sideline. Like, he's willing to chase down guys. Very good pad level, I think. His cons. It is a question mark for Zero Tech. It is. Because of his size.
You think he's a 3-4 or a 4-3 guy?
He's a 4-3. He's 3 tech.
Yeah, I was going to say I have 4-3 all the way on this guy.
Yeah.
He opted out. You said that, though, right?
Yeah, he opted out.
That's scary to me, too, just with a lot of these guys.
Yeah. And like I said, he's kind of small. He can get washed out by double teams at times. You know what I mean? You can take him out of the play like that.
It seems like the guy we have at 2 and 3, both we like him if they're playing next to someone really good.
Yeah.
Or like a really, like, if this guy's next to Fletcher Cox, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling it on this one.
Yeah.
I think that's what we got. We got a pretty good number 2 D tackle right here. Like, in this guy, in Onwuzurike, Even Barmore, I would say, like, I
Yeah.
don't think he's the number one big dog D tackle on the team.
Even mine, like McNeil, my number one. Like I can see why someone doesn't like him. But Jay Tufili, my comparison for him, David Onyemata.
It's a great one.
Yeah, that's what I had for him.
man.
But this guy's strong, dude. He is very strong on tape, and hopefully he's been staying in the gym. He's just been getting even stronger. Who knows if that weight is still 305? Maybe he gained some weight.
I'm going to push back on the strength. I didn't see amazing strength. I saw good strength, but it wasn't type of strength that I'm like, ooh.
It's not Fletcher Cox.
No, it's not.
No, but I think it's doable. Like, I can see it. Like, everything's
Serviceable,
natural.
good enough, yeah.
Everything's natural about him, dog. That's what I really like. Everything's natural.
I'll say one more. He's raw. He needs some pass rushing
Yeah.
moves, and you kind of scared because he lost a year of development, but maybe just in the lab, just working on your craft. So that's one of the hardest things. We're going to say it this is unlike a year we've ever seen. When have we ever seen a top guy opt out? Never.
Yeah.
Like, the only guy I can really think was like Clowney. They were like, you don't need to play.
Yeah, and usually when guys opt out, it's not for the full year. They maybe miss a bowl
Yeah,
game.
no. And I don't blame anyone for opting out. I want to say that right now. No judgment for opting out of COVID-19. There was so much
much uncertainty.
When we're at now, everyone's kind of learned to live with it. But when where we were at the start of the season, they still were talking about if you touch a surface, your COVID's on the surface, and now 2 months later, that's fake.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fault anybody for opting out. I just want to point that out because I don't know if we even said it in any of the videos. There's no judgment for opting out of this season.
Yeah. One thing I did want to hit on for Tufili, you say that he's raw, but every time he had a one-on-one matchup, he won it, in my opinion. He won his matchup. And that's what's important as a defensive lineman in general, edge or not. D tackle, whatever. As a defensive lineman, you get a one-on-one, win your matchup. That's number one, and he did that.
I had him on my honorable mentions too. I mean, I watch all these guys, and it's hard sometimes, like splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Like my 3 guy is Davion Nixon from Iowa, 6'2", 306, very similar athletic profile to your guy. This guy's all about that twitch. It's very quick first step. Play strength is good. 4.3 all the way. A lot of 4.3s so far.
Yeah.
Good pad level. Good pass rusher, decent at run. The big cons are, I really worry about the strength. That's my big con. And I don't know, you watched him, right? What did you think?
He's raw, just like all these guys.
Yeah. Like, he had a 70-yard pick six, and I was like, not a lot of D tackles can go at 70 yards, bro. Like, it just shows the athlete, but that's all good, but I don't give a fuck if my D tackle can really run 70 yards. Like, that, I'm just going to be truthful with it.
Yeah.
Because if they can't anchor their ass in the run game, can't push back a guard, push back a center, that's the most important thing.
It is.
Pro player comp was Kawan Short without the bull strength. Without the strength, man. Smaller. Like, he's not a monster, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I really came down to. It's just very good. I mean, there's not really much more to say about him.
Yeah. That was your 4?
That was my 3.
Oh, your 3.
I'm more excited about my 4 and Tyler
Say it.
Shelvin than I am about him. And I'll go into it right now. 6'3", 362. Okay, let's just start with the weight. It's concerning because you have one bad offseason. Homeboy's 4'10". He ain't weighing in. He's cutting weight. I'm scared about that.
Wow, because I got a different weight. And I think
Which
you're
one
right.
did you get?
I got 342.
Oh, hell. That boy ain't no
Yeah.
3. That boy...
I think I got the wrong weight. But yeah, he's a big motherfucker.
Well, he lost weight. I will say that. He's in shape. I saw him at the pro day. He was talking about all the shape. I believe he opted out.
Well, at one point during the fall, man, I heard a report that he was over 370.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he had problems with this weight. But Tyler Shelvin, bro, LSU pros. Obviously, we just talked about it. This dude's large. He is fucking big.
You want to hear what my first pro is?
What?
Big boy space eater 3000.
But that becomes with being rare because there's just these guys don't grow on trees. Like, he's rare. He's a rare athlete in that sense.
No.
Just because you say rare athlete doesn't mean he has to be fast.
Or Tyreek Hill. There's others like
Exactly. Like, he's a physical specimen. He's big and he's quick.
Best play strength I saw. This fucking guy doesn't get moved ever.
Yes. Explosive off ball. Good get off. Surprisingly, he can two gap guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a two gap master.
I put one of my he needs to be double teamed. I watched the game against Clemson. I watched the game versus, I think it was Georgia in the college playoff, where they got destroyed, or it was Oklahoma, one of those games. I'm sorry if I can't remember it. There's times where he's pushing the center into the lap of Trevor Lawrence. It's like, where is this constantly? And part of it, he's part of the rotation. He can't play 60 snaps a game. You kind of need to monitor him and be like, if we can get 50 good snaps out of this guy, or excuse me, we get like 30 good snaps, we're happy, because stamina's a problem.
Yeah.
There's inconsistencies. He plays too high at times.
Mm-hmm.
And just, he's not an elite athlete, I would say. He's not, by that I mean, he's not twitched up, he's not going to move like Aaron Donald. It's elite size and strength. I will say that. I would not call him an elite athlete, and he's raw. Pro player comp I was Eddie Goldman or like Snacks.
Another one is like Vita Vea. Just because
Vita Vea compared to him athletically is different breed.
He's different, but the weight.
Yeah, the body. Like,
I had DJ Reader.
That's a good one too.
I had DJ Reader. I think he's a lot bigger than DJ Reader.
Yeah, no, this guy. If New England Patriots draft him, I'm like, oh shit, they got like, god dang it, like this is a guy. Yeah, I'm more excited about him than 4. I probably should have had him at 3, but
it's the one trick pony thing.
Yeah,
he's still valuable though. Like, you couldn't have him on this list.
This is what I'm gonna push back with you said about McNeil. This guy is the premier zero technique in the draft. He doesn't have the ceiling that your guy has, I would say. I'll say this: he's got a lower floor than your guy, but he's got a lower ceiling too, if that makes sense. But like, I get what you're saying. I don't know how to explain it well. It's just I buy into him being such a good zero technique, but I don't see anything else at points. Like, if you can get some push the pocket of this guy, best D tackle in the draft.
I think with McNeil, you're talking about boom or bust, right? Yeah. I feel like this guy's the same way, not with his play though, if that makes sense. I heard a lot of character issues with this dude. And this is where I bring up in the beginning of the podcast how we don't interview these guys, we don't know them. That's where the GMs come into part. So it's very hard to do this process. But he actually got suspended for a couple games due to academics. So like, what does that go to show you? That can mean a lot of things. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge the guy as far as saying like, well, he's not going to be a great player because of that.
Bad dude.
Be like, oh, he's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying it's there. It's worth to bring up. It's worth to have some caution about. I don't know the situation.
Maybe discipline. But also, I'll say this. I'll push back and I'll say, how smart does your D tackle need to be? It's like, go.
And they're wired differently.
Yeah, it's like, see ball, get ball, hold this big MFer up. Exactly. Like, he's not the quarterback. We got to know everyone's job. Yeah.
But, and then obviously the weight. Like I said, I heard that he was 370 at one point. 370 plus.
You know, that's like nice talk for 400, right? Like, yeah. I'll say this. My 5 guy, he has a weight concern in a different way. Most times with the weight, it's this guy. It's like, oh, he's too big. And I think this is the only guy. Like, all the D tackles aren't like him. Like, who's the next heaviest D tackle on yours? It's like Barmore, 310. Yeah. This guy's like 45 pounds heavier, easily. We could have said Dexter Lawrence, too. I think he's bigger than Dexter Lawrence.
He's bigger because Dexter Lawrence can play 3-tech a little bit.
Yeah.
He's athletic. But no, this guy is huge, bro. And you have to have him on your list because I agree with you. There's a place for these guys in the NFL still. For the zero tech.
There was a guy who got drafted from them last year, Rashad Lawrence. He got drafted by Arizona. Same type of player, but this is a better version of that guy. Yeah. So you can go with your 5. Give me your 5 first, and I'll give you mine after.
My 5 is Marvin Wilson from Florida State. He's 6'3", 303. Pros. Great power. There's actually a play. I'm going to try to get it on here. Hopefully you guys are watching the clip. But he literally tosses Mekhi Becton from Louisville. Like, he tosses him on the floor like a rag doll.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
I didn't see that clip.
Freaking, what is Mekhi Becton? Like 6'7", 300 plus pounds?
No, he's like 350, yeah. He's like a bigger guy we talked about, Shelvin, like a taller Shelvin.
All 6'7", 350 pounds on the floor, ragdoll. Great power, obviously, because I said that. Violent hands, and he can be very disruptive. I think that's the best way to put him. He's disruptive as hell. Cons, obviously, I don't think he's a two down guy. I think he's gonna come off the field on 3rd down.
Oh no, so he is a 2 down guy. That's your con.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed. Yeah. I didn't think he was that good at pass rushing.
Yeah, can't pass rush. That was my other one. And then bad 2020 tape.
I guess you can kind of give him a pass on that one just for the COVID stuff.
Yeah, but I mean
it's
there.
scary.
A lot of these guys have that situation, to be honest, in this class. In general, with all these guys, and I'm talking defense and offense.
Well,
every player has a similar situation where their tape was worse on 2020, and their 2019 tape was amazing.
Well, that's say 2 of the guys on your list only have 2019 tape to go off of.
Yeah.
Same thing with mine. A couple of the guys only have 2019. My 5 was Milton Williams. This is the scariest part. You ready? 6'4", 278. We were talking about Onzarike being light in the ass. This boy is extra light in the ass. Great athlete. He looks really good. Like, I'm talking about, like, kind of a Greek god. Quick feet. Doesn't get knocked off his spot that much, but it's also like, bro, it's the NFL. How many 278 D tackles are you going to pull out of your ass? Like, he's not John Randall, right? How heavy was John Randall? Like 270?
He was super light.
But I'm saying, you don't find those guys. Like, this is why I'm scared. And I say lack of length. And he's raw as hell. So again,
He sounds like a reach for Aaron Donald.
I just like the athlete, bro. I went with that. I probably should have went with the guy from USC you were talking about, Tufili. I like him. I know I'm sounding really negative on the guy. The 278's the big concern.
Yeah,
it's like lack of length. Pro player comp Henry Milton. That's what that's my boy. So.
For my guy at 5, Marvin Wilson, my player comp was Sheldon Richardson or Larry Okunjobi.
Ooh,
so
I liked your guy a lot. I'll be honest with you, man. I kind of regretted putting him on here because I was like split. But I like the athlete. I like the look of the guy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like everyone's trying to find the next Aaron Donald, and it's not going to happen.
First it was where's the next JJ Watt. And then it was like, well, let's look for Donald. And that's like...
And that's why Donald fell. Was because
he wasn't
his weight.
6'1", 285.
But he was dominant as hell.
I've seen Aaron Donald in real life. He's not 6'1". He's like 6 feet, maybe 5'11".
I was just talking about this with my brother. He's just... You don't see human beings that are 300 plus like pounds. Because I think he is 300 plus pounds. But it's not fat.
Oh, like, Donald, he's just like rocked up.
Dude, he is rocked.
I've never seen a defensive tackle that looks that ripped. Like...
Vince like my man's has 6-pack.
Like Vince Wilfork, boy, that boy got like the belly out the ass. Like Aaron Donald's like, I got a 6-pack, bro.
And he is strong as hell, bro. It's rare. He's just super rare.
This class, I think it's going to be a lot of good. I'd be surprised if you get a Pro Bowler in the first 2 years. Yeah. Like I think the only way you get a Pro Bowler is if you get a guy like, say, Barmore falls to like the Rams or some bullshit, like in the 3rd round or whatever they're picking. One of these guys has to go where there's already an alpha D tackle.
Yeah. The guy that's probably going to go the highest in this draft is probably Barmore. I would bet my money on that.
Yeah, he's just the safest pick.
Yeah, he's the safest pick. The guy who I have at 1, who I feel like has the highest ceiling out of all these guys, is McNeil.
Where would you pick him? 2nd?
2nd round. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the 1st, though.
I'd be surprised.
I'm talking about like late 1st, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about 25.
I thought he was a 3rd rounder. But like I said, there's tantalizing talent. I'm not against that.
Yeah.
But it's just too much boom or bust with a lot of these guys, man. Like Tyler Shelvin, one bad offseason, he's gone. The guy I had at 5, if he can't even develop that frame anymore, he's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Onzarike, where is he going to play? Is he D tackle really, or is he an edge?
And to be honest, this is where usually we do our honorable mentions. I know you had Tufili, obviously.
Tufili and the other guy, McNeil, yeah.
Okay. Did you watch the guy from UCLA? I'm blanking on his name. With the crazy last name.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to look it up and I'll show you the name.
Yeah. He is... I don't see the strength. I think he is literally an undersized defensive tackle.
Also, I don't know. Odigweeza? I don't know. I don't know how to say it, bro.
We'll put it on the screen. We'll make sure you guys know who we're talking about. But did you watch him at all?
I did. I've turned it off pretty quick because, like, what am I looking at?
I did not like it at all. I feel like that's very reaching for the stars for like an Aaron Donald. I don't see it. That's probably the other guy. A lot of my honorable mentions were on your list.
Yeah.
So we covered those. But I feel like that's one of the guys who I've seen a lot of people talking about.
I've seen a couple, but I never bought into the hype. I just didn't see. I don't see what everyone's talking about.
Exactly. But that's going to do it, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed the defensive tackles. Make sure to watch any of our other draft prospect videos. We have a playlist for them. We've done all of offense. So if you're more of an offensive person, go watch them. We got quarterbacks, we got running backs, receivers, all that. Our next one's probably going to be another defense. So we're either going to
We got linebackers and corners. That's it.
Linebackers and corners, man. We'll probably save cornerbacks for last because I think that's the best one. So the next one they'll probably see as linebackers.
And we say cornerbacks. Excuse us. It's DB. It's DBs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys are watching this on YouTube, man, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, put on post notifications, man. We're gonna be doing some live stuff pretty soon. So
draft season, bro. 2 weeks. 2 weeks,
man. Make sure to tune in. We're gonna be doing a big draft special after the draft. We're gonna have a bunch of guests on. We're gonna have live reactions of the first round. We're gonna be talking about picks, all of that, bro. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So make sure you turn on that bell notification to get that alert when we go live. We're gonna be going live on YouTube and Twitter. Those are gonna be the two. But I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I hope people tune into that. We're going to have a lot of guests on. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Max_JuanCast. Anything else, Max?
No, I'm just thankful for all the support, bro. That's really, there's no words. I mean, I perhaps sound like a broken record. But, like, we went out on a limb and tried this thing, and people support, and that's all that matters, man. Exactly. It's not like we're paying people to support us or something, It's just... It's a lot of hard work, and we like doing it, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's something I enjoy to do. We've done it for years and just never made videos about it.
Exactly.
Like, this is the, fourth year in a row we've done a big board, and we've had prospects, and we've ranked them, and we literally have done this. Like, people don't understand, like, we've had this podcast on an Xbox Live party for 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's fun to do it on video, and hopefully it looks good, sounds good, and the support is good also.
Exactly. Well said, Max. But that's going to do it, man. Until next time, we out, bro.